House of the Dragon. Just before we go around and get deep into it, let's have a talk. But I just want to get what are your overall thoughts and impressions so far? Currently, we're up to episode. What is it now? Is it 8?
The finale.
I think it's already
actually
aired.
today. It just aired today. I haven't watched it yet, though.
Oh, we haven't watched it.
Oh shit! Fuck. We should have recorded this tomorrow. Okay.
It's okay.
And is everyone up to date?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not. I'm behind a couple episodes, and
Alright.
I want to say why, and then maybe I'll get your reactions on it, and then we can
excuses,
talk about it.
No excuses.
Here's my. I think I have a decent excuse. Okay. The reason I'm a little bit behind on House of the Dragon is I started watching it, and I'm enjoying it so far. Yes, there's a bit of a time skip between the first episode and the second. That's fine. And then I start falling in love with these characters, especially. Is it Rhaenyra, the blonde girl? Is that her name?
Rhaenyra?
Yep. Oh, Rhaenyra. Okay, yep. And then there's a 6-year, I think, time jump, and they changed the actor who plays her.
Yeah.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, my love for the show has just dwindled a lot because I loved that actress. I thought she was so charismatic, and I feel like my love for the show is lost a little bit. Am I the only one who feels this way, or?
No, it's and it is Rhaenyra, by the way. I was thinking of Daenerys.
That's what I thought. Maybe it's a Game of Thrones thing. I don't know.
The first actress was amazing, and I thought that her chemistry, just with the whole cast, was on a different level.
Yes.
That's it for me. Still love the new actress. She's wonderful, but I don't know. It's like a bit of a fire has been lost. I don't know.
I feel like they're both the first one was very bright and bubbly and a bit more outgoing. The second actor's a lot more, Emma Darcy's a lot more drawn back and reserved and more, I guess, mature. I mean, I guess that goes with age. That's very slightly different, I found. Personally.
Yeah, I agree. It makes sense for the character, but just as an audience member, I spent, I think, 6 or 7 episodes falling in love with this character. And now you've just taken her away from me, and I've got to meet this new character. Sure, it's the same character technically, but when it's played by a new actor, we've seen recastings before, it affects the experience. And for me, it really took a lot out of the show for me. So I've been struggling to stay on board, but I'm excited for the finale.
I heard it got leaked, and I somehow managed to avoid it. I don't know if you guys have seen anything. Clearly not, because no one's reacting to that. But on that point, this is the only thing. This is a phenomenal show. It's so well written. It's so well done. Acting's great. But the only difference is by the end of season 1 of Game of Thrones, I think I was more emotionally invested and screwed from that point on because I was so attached to everyone. Whereas in this one, there's some sort of a bit of a separation. I don't know.
I agree. And I think part of it is we've had in the first season, we've already had 2 time jumps. I feel like in the first episode too, when we're meeting the Queen, we're meeting this character and she's really great, and then spoilers, she dies at the end of the episode. And I feel like I wasted sure it sets up the show, but it's it kind of feels like Ned Stark all over again, I fall in love with this character, I'm getting to meet him, then I lose him. And I remember going to Game of Thrones season 2, part of me was am I still gonna like this show? Because I've lost my focus. And it turns out, luckily there's a lot of other great characters, but I feel like in House of the Dragon there's less variety as well, because instead of having all these different kingdoms and focusing on storylines, it's more the one.
I know what you mean. It's I don't know, they're kind of rushing to get through some stuff in a way.
Which makes no sense because it's not based on a book. So what are you rushing to get?
What do you mean?
It is based on a book.
It is based on
sorry. Oh, what?
It is.
So there is a book called House of the Dragon?
Yeah, and I've been told that apparently the author has been kept on set so meticulously, he's barely allowed to leave while they're writing and making the episodes for fear of ruining it again.
It's Fire and Blood. It's not called House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So is it still George R.R. Martin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So he wrote 2 book series from the Game of Thrones universe.
More than that, I think.
Oh, so when all these fucking nerds are like, oh, when's Winds of Winter coming and all this shit? It's like, bitch, he's writing 7 other books for you. Because everyone's always complaining that it takes too long to write. But if he's writing 10 book series, cut the guy some slack.
I think it's because it's his modus operandi, his main thing, and people are like, dude, it's been 12 years since you wrote your last book in the Song and Ice and Fire series. Like, what's going on? And then there's other people that are like saying he's gonna die before he finishes Song and Fire and Ice and
just so rude. Like, come on, man.
I know. What the hell?
Apparently I've read, and someone quote me if I'm wrong here, but I've read that he does not want anyone to finish the series if he does indeed pass before he finishes the main book series. I have read that somewhere. Don't know if it's true.
Yeah.
But
it's sad he even has to say that, right? Like,
I know.
Damn.
I do
Jesse,
have to say,
sorry,
I was just really going to quickly say that I did, though, have a moment where I did jump off of my couch and scream like, yes. And I feel like you guys, I don't know, you would know that moment, maybe?
Are we talking about what I would say is House of the Dragon's answer to the Red Wedding?
Yes.
Yeah. I had to rewind that. Like, hold the fuck up. What?
I really hope that more of those moments keep coming, because that's what will get me with whatever this weird like fog that I can't fully connect to the characters yet is there. If those moments are coming out now, I have faith for it in the future and future seasons to come. But my God, when Princess Rhaenys like had the dragon come in and storm the crowning ceremony.
Matt, do you already know about this? Because I know you're not up to date.
Did I just ruin something?
Wait.
No, this happened in the latest episode. So.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen it.
Was it? I thought it was 2 episodes ago.
No.
Okay, so when you said the yes moment, I thought you were talking. Is this a good sign for the show? Is that one we could notice?
I was adding on just then to it, and then I remembered
because I'm thinking of there was a wedding before the time jump where like I think 2 people died, and they start revealing their. So okay, well, it's good to know I got something to look forward to. That's good.
I am so sorry.
Crispy smashed guy's face in, and so Crispy doesn't age,
and And what's his name? The king dude. What is his name?
What do you mean?
The dad.
Oh, Viserys.
Viserys, yeah. Viserys. Like he I thought he died in that episode, and the next episode he was like fine. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. That was a big episode.
He aged fucking terribly in that show compared to everyone else. Like, he aged terribly. Dude, what happened?
I saw a meme, and it was like the picture of his pop vinyl, and they're like, you're going to have to set fire to this little bit by little bit every episode for it to look more accurate to his character, like melt it down.
It reminds me of those Obama memes where it's like at the start of his presidency, at the end of his presidency, and he's just so much older and just grey hair and oh, fuck.
Oh, my God. So accurate, man. Not a good run.
We had a quick. Adrienne sort of said her overall thoughts and stuff, and I guess I've touched on it. But like, Jesse, I'm just curious for you. Like, what are your overall thoughts so far on House of the Dragon?
Yeah, I'm really, really digging it. Really enjoying it. It kind of reminded me of the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones when the writing was really solid and based on source material, not just like, hey, we're going to try and go in this direction. I mean, we're not going to wait for George R.R. Martin. We're just going to, and you could tell like there's like it detracts when you're watching the show or whatever, but this is really solid. The only thing that's kind of, I wouldn't say bugging me, but it takes you a little bit out of the show is the consistent time jumps, where people are just constantly getting older and there's just a new actor like every 2-3 episodes. I know it's going to stop now because they're all basically adults besides their children, but it just kind of took me a little bit out of it.
Yeah, it makes me. I'm sort of there thinking like, what's the point? Like, even if it was how the books were, like, just stretch it out or something. Because, yeah, man, like I feel like it's. Here's what I used to say this about Walking Dead, right? They used to kill the characters so regularly. I'd be like, why should I bother watching this show? Because every time I like a character, you just kill him off. And it's not this reaction where they're like, ooh, isn't this edgy and cool how he killed off your character? It's like, no, you're giving me less reasons to watch the show because you're taking away the things I like about it. And Game of Thrones had a big reputation for killing off characters, but the thing is those characters stayed around for a while, you know?
Yeah.
They stayed around for a while. And when often they died, like they often weren't like Jon Snow was in all seasons.
Tyrion,
Daenerys, a lot of like the main favorites stayed throughout, you know? It was mostly side characters.
I love how
the same thing with this aging up. Like when we lose cast members, the same feeling.
I'll always love how at the start the series like, we've got to find you a good match, a good suitor. And then like the most recent episodes, it's just like, just marry cousins. You get a cousin, you get a cousin, you get a cousin.
Everybody gets a cousin.
Yeah. So
I do want to highlight Matt Smith. Wow, he's killing it.
He's so good.
He's amazing. He's awesome. It's definitely a step up from Morbius. I'll say that much.
I forgot that he was in that until you said that.
Which, let's be honest, he was the best thing about that movie.
That's not saying much, but still. Yes.
He's good at everything he does. Like he's a scene stealer always. I thought for some reason he had prosthetics on his face because of how, I don't know, he just looks so different to me in this. And I know that it's because he's super blonde and stuff, but I Googled it. I was like, is he wearing prosthetics or like what's going on here?
I think the hair is definitely, it changes a lot about how his face is shaped and framed and I'm sure it's a wig, but
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He started out so evil and disgusting and I hate him and he still technically is, but now I'm sort of rooting for him.
Yeah. That's what I loved about Game of Thrones as well. Yeah. The characters they're in the grey zone. They're not totally good or totally bad. They're just kind of grey. They do, shitty stuff. And then you're like, oh no, that's redeeming them a bit. And so, yeah, no, he's a good character. And yeah, no, I'm loving the series right now. So I was actually going to watch it while I was working, possibly. In the latest episode, I need to know what happens. So no, it's great. So
been there. So I think we're all in agreement. Correct me if I'm wrong. We definitely think this is better than Game of Thrones season 8.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Oh yeah.
Fantastic. Any other thoughts or comments about House of the Dragon before we move on?
They need to age Sir Criston Cole.
Sir Crispy.
He's the
Sir
only
Crispy.
one. I've read comments where it's like people are like him holding a grudge has kept him looking young and youthful. Because everyone's like, what's his skincare routine? Like they couldn't add like a fucking grey hair to his luscious locks or whatever.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
He's the only one that doesn't age.
Lol.
So crispy.
So.
Oh man.
House of the Dragon. So next time we'll do a recap on the finale, see where we're all at, and looking forward to season 2.